And then he said, well, this is the part that I think you're going to be very good because you're doing business, you talk to a lot of people. He said, you go and making new friends. And I said, I don't make friends with anybody. I was really not mean, but I just don't have time to make friends and hang out and mingle. Sometimes I see ladies sitting around and giggles, and I'm like, I don't do that stuff. So, but anyways, he taught me, and we went to workshop, and we learned at TU, and then I learned how to make new friends, and I was very happy. The other day, I was on my way to Miami for the expo, and we stopped by Tampa. I'm like, I wish we have a restaurant here, the Vietnamese restaurant. I was just craving for Vietnamese food, and in the middle of nowhere, there was a Vietnamese restaurant. And it was very strange. We walked in, the whole setting is like a American restaurant. It was very weird for me. So I'm like, maybe it's American known. And so we ate the food, it was average. And then we walked out, the lady, well, they cater to me. It's average because we require a lot. We're Vietnamese, we're crazy people. So anyway, we walked out, the owner was sitting there at the computer, she was doing her paperwork. I'm like, you know what? I want to put some skill in here. So I went into, and I'm like, oh, I want to make friends, and I came over and talked to her. And she put everything back, and she sit and talked to me. She invited us to have some tea with her, and she's telling her whole story. And you know what? I didn't even plan to prospect her. I was just making friends. And then she started saying how she was so tired of owning a restaurant. She did not have time for her family, and she was just the end of her rope, but she's just pouring it out. And then I said, I have an opportunity that you might interested in. And then she said, what is it? And don't we like that question? We love that question, right? She said, what is it? I'm interested. And so I sat down with her, just about maybe 10 minutes, just very briefly. And she said, I'm coming to TU in June. That's it. That is just simple as that. But the thing is, when I started, I had all kind of fear. I was so worried. This is so not in my element. It's not in suit and tie. It's not signing contract. It's making friends. It's a friendly family. And it was different for me. But you know what? All it is the system taught me how to do and what to do. And it just started coming natural. Now, it took me like 2 years to get into this point. It was really unnatural. It feel kind of like fake. I don't know if anybody feel that way. Because I feel like come and talk to a stranger is like very fake. But I learned they say that the stranger, they want to make friends with you too. They don't bite. They don't bite, just come over and say, hey, I'm new in this area. I would like to make friends. And they say, okay. And we exchange number and how we make friends. And that's how, I fill my contact list constantly. And I start digging in my Uncle Joe, sister, uncle, or aunt, everywhere. And I start finding like 20 relatives in California, in Wisconsin. I just came back from Wisconsin. My cousin, not very far, second cousin, 5 of them in Wisconsin for 15 years. I never came visiting them. And we did like 2 weeks ago, and we had a great time. And one of them was selling their salon, and they were looking into the business. So they're everywhere. Your friends, your family, your business partner, friends you never met. But they're everywhere if you look for them. You make friends with them. You become closer to them. Then you start knowing what they need, and they might look for what you have. But if you don't offer that, they never know, right? If you itchy in your back and you don't ask anyone to scratch, anyone gonna come over and scratch your back? No. So all you need to do is ask. And this is a contact list that you can fill in. I love this chart because it makes it easier so you don't scramble in your neighbor. You're not gonna put in your family, just kind of put in that. And then keep kind of everything in check. So one really, really big rule in this business: do not dry out your contact list. Always fill it up. You have ton and ton of family you can dig out, and you can have friends everywhere. So make sure your list always full. I say about 100 people. And you follow them, and you're circulating, you're sifting and sorting, and through them, you might have like 100 people, there maybe 1 or 2 would be your locker. You never know, right? So these are the warm market that we said, your friends and family that you already know. And those, the lady that I met in Tampa, we call cold market. It's not cold, it was very warm. I didn't even know that she would come and talk to me like that. So she was very warm, we just didn't know that it was warm, right? So all those friends that everywhere, if you don't look for them, but within walking and talking distance, just talk to them, come to them, overcome your fear, okay? So all I need to say here is when you go home, if you're one of those that think this is too hard and you cannot make friends like I did, if I could do that, I'm sure you can do that. I was the most awkward person. And my sister called me socially awkward sister. She named me that, and you know what? She was right. She was totally right. But now I'm a different person. 2 years later, the system have trained me to become a very outgoing person. I meet and I talk to everyone. And thank you very much.